it's your girl Linda Wells and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be delving into the AD100PRO. We are shooting on site. We're in Freeport, Bahamas, and crazily enough, it's cold and cloudy. But that is the perfect weather to test out this brand new flash. I'm here at Seaport Secrets, which is a cool coffee shop with a great mural out on the wall, and I think this is going to be the perfect spot to test out this flash with my beautiful model Sean, who I'm going to introduce in 1 second. But we're going to be testing out this flash. We're going to be seeing how the AD100 performs bare flash with certain modifiers and how it compares just without using it at all. So let's get into it. So I'm right here with Sean, who's going to be my fabulous model for the day. You might recognize her because I've shot her in this and this. That's right, she was my amazing model when I did a colored gel shoot using my Magmod modifiers in the steam room, yes. Right? We were in there for like an hour, yes. But it was perfect. So perfect model for today. So I'm going to link her Instagram, so you got to follow her. She's amazing. You ready?
I'm ready.
Good?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, so today I just wanted to share what gear I'm shooting with today. I'm shooting with my Nikon D850, my 85mm 1.4 lens, and my trigger today is the Godox X Pro trigger that is going to connect me to the AD100, which I've already set up here. I decided to shoot the first couple of shots with the barn doors, and it's really overcast today, and we've also got this sort of shade over us as well. So I want to see what it's like. I'm going to be shooting at various powers to see how much illumination I can get on Sean today. All right, so let's get into it. Yeah. Great, I love that. So I like what I've got there. So I'm going to turn on the flash, turn on the AD100, and see what a difference that makes for us in illumination. I'm just going to bring it right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my settings exactly the same. And I'm shooting with the AD100 now. I put it at 1/64th power. I want to see what that's like, and I'm going to adjust it and see where I like it for illumination. All right. Okay, I definitely heard it fire. Wow, there's a big difference with and without. It is supposed to be syncing. Everything looks the same. The channels are fine. Everything is fine. All my batteries are fully charged, on the right channels, on the right groups, and I did about 3 or 4 shots where it didn't fire, and now it's just fired. So I'm not sure why, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. It wasn't recycling. It's only at 1/64th power. So we'll see. Let's just keep going. All right, Shawnee, you're doing great. Excellent. I'm going to control the blind doors and just pull them in closer, because what I'm trying to do is focus the light more on Sean, and so it has less spill, and then just turn it like that. Whoops, it's a bit windy today, but yeah, let's stay. All right, great, good. I love that eye contact. So just give me straight eye contact into my lens. What I'm going to do, I think I want to add, because it's overcast, the color temperature light is very cool, very blue, so I'm going to add one of the CTOs that came with that, and I'm going to play with it and see if we can add a little bit of warmth to these next few shots. This is a CTO, it looks like a half CTO. They don't actually say, but just looking at the strength of them from what the 3 that were given. And if I need more, and the good thing about these is you can stack them up. You can stack up the gels. And so we're going to take off the barn doors and put this gel on. So it simply pulls off like that. bam, and it's on. All right, so I put the orange gel, I think it's about a half CTO on there, and I've also changed my lens to the 35 1.8. So what I want to do here now is I want to kind of underexpose this shot of Sean so that I can see what it's like when the settings are dialed in for ambient, and then I am going to put the strobe on, the AD100 on for illumination to see what difference it can make on various powers. So I've got Shawnee right now posed between these two tables. I'm going to shoot low and high, sort of trying to get her, you know, the bottom of her bigger and then the top smaller. But just watch and see, and then we're going to shoot with the flash and see what difference that we have. So I'm going to shoot without it first. So I've dialed my settings in. Just make sure. Yeah. Like that. Perfect. Now I'm going to use my trigger to turn on the flash, and I'm going to actually turn the flash up. I'm going to start at 1/16. I'm going to give it a test, see where it's hitting you. Yeah, it's hitting you right there on your left side. My camera left, your right. And we're going to try this and see how it looks. All right, so that's at 1/16. I'm going to dial that up. Second, and put it on full power. I'm making sure that it is actually hitting you and not missing you in any way. There we go. That's right there. That's good. All right, same thing again. I just came to change the position of the flash because even though I was changing my settings on my trigger and the flash was beeping and firing, I wasn't seeing any change in lighting in the back of my camera screen. So when I came to the front, I realized that even though my trigger is saying group B, channel 21, the flash itself was reading group A, channel 21, and yet still firing. So to me, I'm a bit confused about how that's able to happen, that disconnect from it. I mean, if my trigger is on group B, it shouldn't be firing at all. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. And this is just a God to honest review. As I'm shooting, it's my first time using it. So I want to be really honest and share with you what I'm experiencing. And if you guys have used an AD100 and you've had a similar problem or similar issue, drop me a comment below, and I'm also going to let them absolutely know about this, but I'm going to play with this a little bit more and see if it was an anomaly or if it's going to happen again. So everything is set now. This is B. This is B. We're going to keep shooting. All right. Okay. You can hear that little delay. That's the recycling time. So if you listen to that again, if you listen to this beep, when I shoot, there's a little delay because it's now on full power, and there's a little delay with its recycling time for it to fire again. Should we just cross like one? Yep, that's it. All right, so now it's hitting all the right spots, and I'm loving these. I'm loving these back of screen. You look amazing. That warm light is really warming you up. Oops, can you see that? That is nice. There we go. So I'll show you what it looks like before I put the flash. That's what it looks like, and then after the flash, there's a big difference. All right, there we go. not going to fit.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't work with this. It needs like an adapter. Because I thought it would go in here, but that's for the Octobox. It slots in there. This is the exact same size as the head. So I am putting the flash back on here. This is the stand that it came with, because I had brought with me the S65 softbox, the Godox softbox. I wanted to use it with the softbox as a modifier, and we put it with the, wait, right here. This is this fits the AD200, AD300. It's the adapter that the softbox connects to. So I thought it would fit because it does fit. But when you try and put this softbox in here, it doesn't fit because the head of the softbox has nowhere to connect for the AD100 here. So that was a fail on my part. And I feel that there was nothing that said that it wouldn't work or it wouldn't connect. So it is a review. We're trying it. This is a real life situation, and I'm glad it's now when I'm doing a review rather than when I was like on a real shoot, because oh my god, that would be awful. So right now she's going to change, and I want to use a couple more modifiers like the snoot, and then a couple of my MagMod modifiers against that black glass, and just play with it a little bit and just see how this little flash is doing. So right now we've been shooting for, I guess, about 30 minutes. It's definitely been on for about 30 minutes. It's still on full power. It's using high-speed sync. The modeling light is also on, and it has been shooting pretty much between full power and, I don't think I've gone sort of lower than 1/64 of power, but I've been keeping it quite high to provide a lot of illumination because it is a cloudy day. So yeah, so this little flash is doing quite well. I'm really pleased with it. I just really love the size of it though. It's so convenient to have. It's going to be nice and blue, and I'm going to put this on.
Sean here. I just got done shooting with the amazing Linda Wells, one of my most favorite photographers to shoot with. It was so easy to work with her. The lighting was amazing. I can't wait for you guys to see the end product. And we have the best videographer as well, so.
Hi, so we're now back in studio after a shoot with the AD100PRO and that beautiful model Sean, and I just want to talk a little bit about the results and how I found using it. It was my very first time using it, and I want to be very clear and give you as much information as possible so that it can when you make your decision on whether you want to add this flash to your kit, whether it will be worth it for you. I want to make sure you have all the information that you need. So first of all, I want to talk about the size and the portability of it. It was, I think, out of 10, I have to give this like a 7.5. So easy to pack, so light. It is, it's really a really handy flash to have. Power output, the 100 watts is definitely enough to illuminate even when you bring down your exposure, and I'm going to show you some examples of when I did do that with Sean. I did it on purpose so that I could see just how much power this 100 watts can really give me using the modifiers in the kit. So power out of 10, I'm going to rate this for what I need. I think I'm going to give this like a 6.5 for power. Now you can see it's just such a convenient flash to have. I think for me, where it gets its lowest marks for me would be at the price point of $299 at the moment. That price point definitely makes me hesitate a little bit. So when you're comparing it to, let's say, the 200 or the 300 or the V1, it's definitely something you have to budget for. Now, how did it test out in the real world? How was it when I was shooting with her? The modifiers that came with the kit were the magnetized modifiers, very convenient. It was so convenient to slap on that, like the grid or the honeycomb grid or the barn doors. I didn't even have to think twice about that. So that was great. The second thing I liked about it is because it's so small, it really doesn't take up a lot of space, a lot of real estate. So when it's on the light stand, or even if I had someone holding it, and today I did not have an assistant, I just used my light stand. It did have a sandbag on it, but even if I did choose to have someone holding it slightly off camera, it is so small, it really doesn't take up a lot of space, and that is good for being able to adjust it and move it to get it exactly where you need it to be. I did have some issues though, and one of them was, even though I had set the group and the channel on my transmitter, and it's registered at the back of the AD100 as having the same group and channel, I actually noticed that after a few shots I wasn't seeing any difference in my frames. And when I got closer to the back and I looked at it, it was actually on a different group. Same channel, but different group. The sound was beeping every time I fired. So I was thinking, even though I was changing my settings on my trigger and the flash was beeping and firing, I wasn't seeing any change in lighting in the back of my camera screen. So when I came to the front, I realized that even though my trigger is saying group B, channel 21, the flash itself was reading group A, channel 21, and yet still firing. I was shooting at 1/64th power and the AD100 was at a different power. So I'm still not quite sure how that happened. It was something that I'm glad I noticed straight away, because I was shooting and lighting as I needed to, but it didn't sync for some weird reason. I was able to use a bunch of modifiers and then also use the MagMod modifiers, which is something that I had mentioned. As I'm a MagMod ambassador, I use them in my everyday shooting life. I really wanted to incorporate them in using this, and they worked. So I was able to use the Mag Sphere, some gels, And I think that's it. So I was able to use 2 different gels and a sphere, maybe a grid, I can't really remember. But I'm going to show you some examples of how those images turned out with the mag gels, which of course provided me like a much stronger saturation of gel color than the ones that are provided in the kit. Now the one thing I do want to talk about is, in my excitement to go out and play with this, you know, I packed up my backpack with my gear, the modifiers, but I decided I wanted to take out with me a softbox. Now I have the AD300 and the AD300, when you open it and you look at the head, this is a proprietary Godox mount. This is not a Bounds mount right here. And the softbox I took out today was the S65, which is about 24 inches. And I also took out with me the Godox S2 adapter. So the AD100 fits in here, AD200 fits in here, AD300 fits in here, and it does have a Bounds mount on this. Okay, what I didn't realize, because I use it so seamlessly when I use my AD300s, is that when I put this up, ready to use it, and put it in here, there was no way to attach it with the AD100. Right now, and I've done my research, there doesn't seem to be a way to attach either the S85 or the S65 Godox proprietary mount softboxes with the S2 and using it with the AD100. So you're gonna have to use a softbox that has a Bounds mount, and there are many out there. Godox also have softboxes with Bounds mounts, so there's Glow, Magbox has it. But as if you are one of the people that has a Godox AD S65 or S85 softbox, you will not be able to use it with the S2 mount and the AD100. So that is a point to note. But that is, you know, once you know that and you know that you can use it with a Bounds mount adapter, then that's fine. That was my only issue, but other than that, it was a fun flash to use. It's light, it's easy to carry. The images, I'm so pleased with the images. They really allow you to just play with it. The flash being so small, you can really put it in places that that you don't need a light stand for. And I appreciate having that. So I think out of 10, I am gonna give the AD100, I'm gonna give it, I think it's gonna total up to 7. So I give the AD100 a 7. It's definitely gonna stay in my kit. And even having more than one is going to be a really useful flash for any photographer to be able to add to their kit. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Let me know if you have any comments. If you've purchased the AD100, how are you using it? How are you finding it? If there's anything I haven't touched on that you think that would be good for people to know, please leave it in a comment. I do have some affiliate links for you to be able to purchase any of this equipment that you've heard me talk about today. I do appreciate you. I do get a small percentage when you purchase from me, and I just want to thank you again for supporting my channel. And I also want to thank you guys for subscribing to my channel, and if you haven't liked this video, please go ahead and click that like button. Also go ahead and click the notification so that you can be aware of when my new videos come out. And also thank you for just watching and being a part of my growing channel. I really appreciate you, so I look forward to seeing you on the very next video.